Alright, here is game one between Vici Gaming and Invictus Gaming. IG, your DAC champions. And we take a look right on into this draft. Vici, they've banned out Lena, Legion, as well as the Tinker. And we take a look over at the first two picks for them. Crystal Maiden, Terrorblade, a solid combination early for IG. And they're not going to go with that Burning Life Stealer, and they're going to get rid of the XXS Magnus. They ban out the Omni Knight here too, as well as the Treant Protector, and pick up Monkey King and Juggernaut. So it's going to be a Juggernaut Burning, which is going to be pretty solid for them, as we've seen Juggernaut Burning quite often. And that is going to be lined up with a Baboka Monkey King, which has been just unbelievable in recent history. So hopefully we can see a little bit more of that. A little bit of Baboka Monkey King just destroying the opposition. As the last band out is going to be Warlock from Vici. We'll have to see how Baboka plays this Monkey King. If he's going to play it aggressive towards mid, aggressive towards safe lane, just get in there with the Primal Spring as well as the Boundless Strike. See what Baboka does. We've seen him on a Nyx before too, and as well as a couple other great heroes. And one of the moves I can remember in recent history was actually with the Nyx. Cogs were placed on a down, and Clockwork running away from the Cogs. Baboka, Spike Carapace runs into the Cogs on purpose, and then stuns up the Clockwork. They end up getting the kill. So IG, they go with the Ember Spirit, and that will be a nice mid pick for OP. And then Vici, they're going to go with Earth Spirit. So Earth Spirit, Terrorblade, Crystal Maiden. Earth Spirit and Crystal Maiden are a pretty solid duo for support ganks. I do like that and enjoy it quite a bit. And we'll see how Vici Gaming really use it to their advantage.
Keeper of the Light.
So now we've got Coddle. So Coddle and Monkey King are going to be your 4 and 5. And then Night Stalker picked up for Vici as their offlaner. So Terrorblade, Night Stalker, Earth Spirit, Crystal Maiden up against right now Keeper of the Light, Ember Spirit, Juggernaut, Monkey King. You still need an offlaner for IG. For Vici, you still need a mid.
10 seconds remaining.
So you try and
5 seconds
figure out what both teams are going to kind of want in this situation. Offlane, obviously, IG, like I just said, and Vici mid. And maybe you see something like a Puck for Vici. Get that nice Dream Coil down, lock up these heroes on IG, and hit away with a Metamorphosis Terrorblade. As well as having Crystal Maiden with the ulti Freezing Field. It lines up a nice Magnetize. So it really does set up well if they do pick a Puck to go in mid. And then for IG, offlane they could pick something like a Tide. It could go Bat Rider.
10 seconds remaining.
Or even Darkseer.
5 seconds remaining.
So let's see what Vici are going to choose to go with last. I'm not too sure I like Puck up against Ember Spirit. I do like the Puck pick, but I'm not too sure how much I like Puck up against Ember. And then for IG, in terms of an offlaner for XXS, gotta try and think about what he can go with Legion Commander banned out as well as the Magnus. Maybe we see that Tide, or maybe we see that Clockwork. So Vici, they're getting low on time. We'll see what they go with mid. Maybe they pick up. I don't think TA would work too well. Razor could be okay. Viper could be out there for Vici. No, they're going to go with the Storm Spirit. So Storm up against Ember. Storm, Night Stalker, Earth Spirit, Terrorblade, Crystal Maiden. All three spirits in this game. 2 on Vici, 1 on IG. And let's see what IG go with last for their offlane. And they're going to go Centaur. Still available. I didn't even realize. Usually he's like first banned, so I just kind of assumed. So Centaur, Coddle, Ember Spirit, Juggernaut, Monkey King. Up against Storm Spirit, Night Stalker, Earth Spirit, Terrorblade, Crystal Maiden. And I kind of like this from IG. They get a little bit later in the game. It should lock it up for them. Early, though, Vici are going to be the ones who are rolling. You've got that early Terrorblade Metamorphosis as well as the Rolling Boulder with the Frostbite. And now you've got that slow end silence from Night Stalker, which is going to be pretty damn nice. And then Storm Spirit, he's going to have the mobility to get in and out of fights. And ultimately, early, that could be a problem for IG. On top of that, Vici, Terrorblade pushes towers pretty well.
5 seconds remaining.
But IG, their team fight, it could be okay with a nice Blinding Light or a solid ult from Monkey King or Juggernaut. So just wait a moment for the planning phase to be over. Get back into this game. Be ready for game 1. So let's see who's on what, who's on first. We're going to have End on that Terrorblade. Over on the Earth Spirit, it's going to be HYM. Schwan is going to be on the Crystal Maiden. Yang is going to be playing the Night Stalker. And then over mid is going to be Ori with the Storm Spirit. For the side of IG, Burning on his classic Juggernaut. Baboka with his classic Monkey King. Off lane is going to be XXS on the Centaur. Mid OP Ember. Surprisingly not Tinker. And then Q is going to be playing the Coddle. So, see how these games go for Vici and IG. This is a best of 3 in the upper bracket. And the last series of the day. So it looks as though maybe IG are going to secure themselves some early bounty runes, 3 to be precise. And that'll be a bounty rune for XXS, a bounty rune for the mid Ember, OP, and safe lane Burning. Well, meanwhile, it should be End who gets the one up top. But I got a little lag, and none of that showed up. There it is. So we're underway. They're going to send End to the off lane. Meanwhile, up top, they're going to put Yang there. So Yang's solo in this safe lane. We might have to reconnect. Let's do that now before we get too invested. Alright, we better now? I'm not sure. So we take a look up top. It's going to be solo XXS up against Yang with this Night Stalker. We take a look bottom. HYM and End, who End is already pretty low against Baboka, Q, as well as Burning. So he's going to TP top, and it looks as though the two of them are going to end up switching. But Yang's here for now, and he's got himself one in Void if they want to go in on XXS. Continues to turn and continues to look maybe, just maybe, for a nice possible hoof stomp if he skills it. There it is. So HYM now down here by his lonesome self. Let's see how IG deal with this. They got Baboka just kind of pulling these creeps, pulling these camps, and doing pretty well. HYM's going to spot him, but Baboka already level 2 and has 1 in Jingu Mastery as well as 1 in the Tree Dance Primal Spring. So Yang up top here with End. Maybe not the start they'd want with Yang still here with End. And at this point, I don't know if Vici are getting the full potential out of these lanes just yet. They have Xuan coming through. But now with the Coddle, I don't think they're going to get a kill, and they're going to have to rotate Yang out. Take a look over at HYM. He's got himself that haste. He'll be able to run away. And OP just going to push out Ori, continue to farm pretty well, but he's still behind Ori in terms of last hits. And now there's the Frostbite coming through on XXS. He has to be very careful not to go in too deep. Big slow coming in from Xuan as well as a Metamorphosis from End would be the end of his life.
You've got to tell me what happened on the Isle of Masks tonight.
So Boca just staring down Yang, asking him to come in close. So there is a rolling boulder coming in from HYM. He's going to get pushed to the high ground, and now there it is. Q in a bit of trouble. A big play from HYM with the Metamorphosis. They'll confirm the kill. The hoof stomp's not going to be enough. And XXS, he's down to about a third of his health bar. And he'll have to retreat back as well. We get a quick pause from Baboka. So 9:30 for me. Started the day at about 2:30. First game went live at 3. Woke up yesterday for work at around 10 a.m. Actually, earlier than that. I'm just hoping to make it through this last series. I had coffee, but I don't know how much it's working at this point. So, really just trying not to pass out. So Yang, if he does get that Ags, should be a lot of trouble for Baboka. We'll see how they handle the farm and how they handle this situation with Yang and what he's going to go with. And as for Burning, see what he gets after Phase Boots if he does end up going for a Diffusal Blade eventually. Maybe find himself Manta Diffusal for this Jug. So, End just continuing to push back XXS. We take a look over mid. As OP down to about half health, needs to be careful. Does have Flame Guard up in 4. But they're definitely looking for the Rolling Boulder in. And possibly the Frostbite to follow it up. So now Flame Guard's already been used and they're smoked up. But OP knows that without Flame Guard, he's got to back off. Heal up at Shrine, come back in a lane, and from there, really hope to stay in lane successfully. So these creeps getting pulled. Yang, he's going to spot out the MK. Now he's going to get the slow and the silence as well as the rolling boulder and the frostbite to come through. The stun comes out on 2 from HYM. Now they're going to try and chase down Baboka, who's going to be slowed up. And now a Boundless Strike comes out for just a moment out on 3. And they'll get a second as Xuan takes down Baboka. So 3-0 in favor of Vici already. Take a look over mid at OP. He's getting very low. He'll have to heal up with that bottle. And, you know, you take a look down low, it's definitely an issue. You're here at nighttime, going up against the Void and the crippling fear of a Night Stalker. You're just not going to make it out. Meanwhile, up top, XXS burning as well as Q. They're all going to push up top. And they will successfully be able to get this top tier 1. So Vici supposed to be the big time pushers, but IG will take a tower of their own. Let me take a look at what these heroes might be getting a little bit later on. Of course, you're going to be getting that Manta style out on the Terrorblade, eventually a Scotty for this Night Stalker, most likely an Ags. And then Basher should come out sooner or later for the MK. They've got the crippling fear out on this XXS Centaur. They're trying to slow him down. There's the hoof stomp. They've got the frostbite. Double edge comes through. But now the Void's thrown his way, and they'll get a kill on XXS. Meanwhile, over mid, Ori's going to fall as well as the Monkey King. So 2 kills go the way of Vici while losing 1 in Ori. And Ori will kind of embrace that trade. Meanwhile, down low as well in the bottom lane, and is going to find himself getting a tower. So it's an okay start for Vici. We take a look at their net worth, a lead of about 1,500, almost down there towards 2,000. Now let's see if they can extend the lead even more. They've got HYM coming in nearby as well as Ori. Ori's going to zip on through, take away those trees, and now the stun's going to come in from HYM. The Boundless Strike's going to stop that rolling boulder. Baboka continuing to run away. Ball Lightning a little bit forward, going to get the solo from Ori, and now they're continuing to come in, but there's the Blade Fury coming out from Burning. Burning's going to try and get a return kill on HYM, and HYM getting very low, but he gets that geometric grip to silence this Juggernaut and push him back. So it's a 1-0, this time in favor of Vici. Oh boy, in the wrong neighborhood is OP. There's the geometric grip as well as the Ball Lightning in. They get themselves an easy kill on OP. From there, they'll just shrine up and they'll smoke up. Vici just trying to keep the aggression on IG, knowing that the later this game goes, kind of the worse it is for them, and they know they need to take advantage of their early game. So, oh man, they call a Remnant back in from OP. They silence him up with the geometric grip. And another Remnant comes on through. Meanwhile, XXS, he's going to die to Yang. And Vici, they just camp the Remnant knowing that he'd come back that way. And he chose to. And that was an easy kill with the geometric grip as well as the boulder smash in his face. So, 2 disconnect on Vici, and they are destroying here early, up 9-1. And that's exactly what I said they needed to do in the early goings. They needed to keep their aggression forward and their pushing potential there. They've got Crippling Fear as a nice silence. They've got the geometric grip as well. And in terms of slow, they've got the nice Void. They've got the Frostbite to get a nice stun in with the Crystal Nova as a slow in itself. It's enough mixture between everything for Vici to really just dominate this IG team. So 9-1, going all the way back to base is going to be Yang. Now during daytime, he'll shrine up. And Schwan, not level 6 yet, but he's on his way. And then over for Ori, he's just about level 8. Going for those treads. We take a look over at End. Looking for that Dragonlance, and he's very close to it, only 10 minutes in. And that's with treads. Take a look over at OP and XXS, trying to make something happen here with Q. see if they can move in and get themselves a kill on Vici, but Vici's so far back, it's a tough sell to want to go in that deep. They're trying to just force the rotations out from Vici and then eventually go in, but they're tired of waiting and they want this tier 1. So Vici, they concede their mid tier 1. And from there, now they gotta work on forward and making that worth it. Vici, a team that, as of late, has been pretty strong, but other than that, kind of forgotten a little bit. So, Vici just trying to make a name for themselves again. Of course, it's a household name. Everybody knows it. They just want to make it a fan favorite one more time, as kind of the joy behind the name has gone away. So let's see if Vici can make that happen by eliminating, or not eliminating, but pushing them to the lower bracket, the DAC champions. So Baboka might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to jump away. Vici, they're looking to go in. Yang's got the speed. He's got the nighttime. And Ori, he's setting up away on the mark. Hope he's going to use that Flame Guard. Setting up still is Vici and Yang, HYM, and going in is a XXS and OP. Burning's here as well. Burning going to be hit by that Void and not going to matter for the time being. Now they're going to go in with Ori going in with the Ball of Lightning as well as the Electric Vortex. They're going to get themselves one. But now IG, they've turned it around. XXS as well as the Juggernaut Burning are going to turn it around for 2 kills. On the back end of that, XXS is going to fall to Ori. So nice hoof stomp, double edge coming in from the Centaur. They get themselves a couple on IG, but they give up 2. And maybe not 2 they're happy about, as it's both OP and XXS. That's my bad about getting a little lost in that fight. And having that voice crack. It's just lovely. So end with the Dragon Lance already going to have that Manta style and probably around the 15-minute mark. But we take a look at the opposing side. OP just stuck on boots and a bottle, and XXS Hood of Defiance and really desperately looking for that blink. Both teams just content with farming away. Rolling Boulder does come on through, tries to use that geomagnetic grip. Got that wrong the first couple of times. That is because I am stupid. I did take a peek. Geomagnetic. Not geometric. Geometric sounds nice, but it's not right. So they're going to go in bottom OP with XXS. They're going to use the Stampede. Yang running away. He's got that crippling fear out on OP. Can't catch up to him. And Yang able to run away. So with that nighttime speed, Yang makes it out to Spike, getting hit with the Stampede as well as everything else. There's the Electric Vortex coming out. Blinding Light to try and keep himself alive is Q. But Ori's going to get himself a kill. So they get the kill from Ori. End going to use Metamorphosis, going to continue to work on these creep waves as well as this tier 1 mid. They're going to continue to work forward. IG trying to find something. There's the ulti used by Baboka. Baboka also going to get a 3-man Boundless Strike, but they're already out of the ulti, and End, he doesn't care either. Not in the circle at all, and everything is okay. Kind of upset that I'm this stupid. Geomagnetic. I should know that too.
Radiant's top tower is
It's minus 500 MMR just for me. Makes sense. It's a magnet. Pull in. Maybe he turns his hand into a magnet. I don't know the war. Let's take a look around the horn as IG. Kato, of course, rushing that Ags. OP on the Ember, looking for that Veil. We take a look over at XXS, still looking for that Blink Dagger. MK, he's looking for treads eventually. Just trying to weave himself in and out. And Burning, he's got that Yasha. Eventually going to finish off that Manta style. And then over on the other side, Vici, the man with the geomagnetic grip, HYM. He's got himself Tranquils. Take a look over at Chuan. He's got Tranquils. And then over on Yang, he's got Phase Boots and looking for that Axe, which should help him out with the MK. And he's got the Dragon Lance looking for the Manta style. And then over on Ori, looking for the Bloodstone. So, Vici, for what was a pretty easy start for him, they've kind of slowed down, and to me, I don't like that. Obviously, I'm not the player, I'm not the guys making the plan, but you're letting IG kind of crawl themselves back in it, get their next items, find their next items and their, their next timings. And for Vici, I don't know why you just don't keep the pressure on. But maybe they're waiting for their next items. They're close on their next items as well as everything. There's going to be a nice boulder smash as well as the magnetize. They're going to try and get the kill onto Burning as they are going to use the Stampede. I'm not too sure he's going to get away. He's going to use that Blade Fury to try and get out, and he will successfully be able to. So he gets the space despite having the magnetize on him and getting hit with that boulder smash. So, still darkness for the side of Vici. We take a look over at Yang, just 2,600 away from that Ags. And they're getting their next items. They'll hit a nice power spike when he gets Ags, and Bloodstone's out there for Storm, Manta Style out for End. So they're probably waiting for all three of those items. This End will just farm away and really just make it easy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Baboka just roaming around as this Monkey King has himself those treads. We'll eventually see him get a basher, kind of trying to make himself a little bit more effective. But until that point, and once really Night Stalker gets an Ags, it's going to be trouble for him. So with him this far behind and Night Stalker so far ahead, I don't really see him progressing too much. You're going to see this Night Stalker get Ags in just under 5 minutes. Really under 3 minutes. And that'll all of a sudden be a lot of trouble for MK to get around in these trees. Take a look down low. Magnetize comes out as well as the Electric Vortex. They get a kill on Q. That was, I said Magnetize. And they did use Geomagnetic Grip. Hey, look at that. So Yang's going to use that Darkness. They're looking to go in on IG. They're looking towards XXS as their target. They're going to get that Crippling Fear as well as the Void. Coming in with the Ball Lightning is going to be Ori. They're going to get the ulti down from Monkey King, but it's not really doing too much. Ori's actually going to get very low. Now XXS is going to use that Stampede. They've already lost one in the Earth Spirit as well as a second in the Storm Spirit. We turn it around over towards Yang. He's going to fall as well. The Omni Slash used by Burning. He's going to be running away with no mana left. And it's a 3-for-1 trade in favor of IG. And with that, Burning will finish off his Diffusal Blade. So a nice 3-for-1 trade in favor of IG. That'll net them about 1,500 net worth in their favor. And IG, they're starting to crawl themselves back in it. So we take a look over at the net worth, 4,000 in Vici's favor as well as in the XP. And oh my god. Ugh. 20 minutes in. I'm not even on net worth. That's a problem, as we do see the Searing Chains come out onto this Earth Spirit. HYM is going to fall. Now moving over towards mid is going to be End, as he's going to be looking for that Tier 1 mid. So they lose their Earth Spirit. Blinding Light going to kind of slow this down for just a moment longer, but now coming in, they're going to use those Remnants as well as the Searing Chain's going to be out on 2, or he's going to try and come in with the Ball Lightning. The Thunder's going to keep End alive. Now OP is going to be running away as he's hit with that Crippling Fear. He'll be taken out, and now they're looking for more in Q. Balance Strike comes out and hits on 2, but now the Ball Lightning is going to be even used further by Ori, as Baboka getting in a lot of trouble. There's the Stampede, but Electric Vortex locks down XXS. He's going to be hit by that Frostbite, and he'll be taken out. A double kill for End. So they get 3 kills back on IG, and just as I thought IG were going to work it on back Vici, they show their power. And they work through 3 kills, and now a Tier 2 tower. So, Vici, they make that spread even more. So it's now about 6,000 net worth in their favor. Glimmer Cape going to be next on the list for this Crystal Maiden. We take a look as HYM picked up that Blink Dagger. Ags finished in full for Yang. And N now working on a Scotty post Manta style. And finally, Ori, he's going to be looking for that BKB. And now down to 11 charges is Ori on that Bloodstone. But he's going to go in with the Ball Lightning just to the low ground, pick up and fill up that bottle. We take a look back over as IG. They've taken a Tier 2 of their own. So looking for that Ags. Blink, Hoofstomp's going to miss. Yang trying to go in, trying to get that Void and the Crippling Fear. There's going to be the Ball Lightning as well as the Electric Vortex. They've got a lot lined up in IG, but there's the Blinding Light to back off Vici. That's a pretty solid move. Now they're in darkness, and Q's going to try and get away, but there's the Omni Slash out on Ori. That's going to be a kill going the way of IG, as Vici try to pressure IG and fail in doing so. So IG get the return kill with an Omni Slash, a nice Blinding Light coming out from Q. And that will save the day. The Blinding Light push back a lot of heroes on Vici, and already fully committing with the Ball Lightning was Ori. But Vici, they're looking and smelling blood as they get the Blink in there, as well as the Boulder Smash with the Rolling Boulder coming in as the Geomagnetic Grip comes through as well. Ball Lightning from Ori. They'll get the kill on XXS. They're looking for more. They're looking to get another, and they will in Q. So Vici, with those 2 kills, they'll head over to the Roche Pit. And I'm not too sure IG are going to look to really respond on this. They know they've lost 2. They know they'd be behind in a fight over at the Roche Pit. It should be an easy Aegis for Vici. Take a look over at Burning. He's close to that Manta style. Just 115 gold off, and actually walking in the direction of that jug was HYM, but turning the other way is Burning. So Burning just going to continue to push, try and farm up, get that Manta style, and if he buys out an IG, they kind of miss out on a fight. They could be in trouble. The pushing potential is there for Vici. And one wrong fight with Burning not having buyback could set them back a set of racks. They're going to smoke up his 4 XXS, Q, Baboka, and Burning. Going to try and find something in terms of victim on Vici. But backed all the way in base is Vici. They're up the hill. So let's see if IG can make anything happen. They're smoked up. Nobody out of the base for Vici. It's just tough. So now a 5-man smoke in return from Vici. If they could find anything top, that'd be nice for them. Again, Burning. He's not going to have buyback just buying out that Manta style. So, like I said, with him going down, could ultimately serve to be trouble for IG. This is back-to-back smokes not working out for either team. Meanwhile, IG, they're just going to look to push this tier 2 up top. They've made enough space and still smoked up his Vici. If they can find someone out, maybe someone comes up too far, may be able to get themselves a kill, but instead they're going to use the Manta style as well as the Metamorphosis. Blinding Light going to push them back for just a moment. Here he comes with the Ball Lightning, but going to be hit up with that Searing Chains as well as the Sleight of Fist, and now he's going to be pulled back by his Earth Spirit. So saving the day is HYM. And Ori stays alive. They get to continue pushing. So Vici, they don't exactly get what they came for in a tier 3. They almost lose Ori, the day saved by Earth Spirit. And Vici, they still lead by quite a bit, and that's a 5,000 net worth lead for them. And they still have 2 more minutes on that Aegis for Ori. And with this time, IG, they've made some progress in their items, looking for a Maelstrom on OP. Here comes another smoke from them. Baboka still looking for that Basher. XXS, he's looking for a heart of his own. And then we take a look over at Q. He has finished off that Axe. So let's see if they can find anything this time around. Again, retreating to their base is Vici. But they do have a ward, and they do have vision out onto Ori. And they're going to find him with a hoof stomp as well as the Searing Chains, but he's going to be able to Ball Lightning out. He gets all the way towards his stairs. And now he's going to be stunned up by HYM. They don't continue to go in on IG. So they almost bring down Ori, but not going to be enough as he survives just barely. So Vici just continuing to push. Take a look at the progression of that Ags Earth Spirit. And Storm, he's going to get himself a nice haste rune and almost going to finish off that BKB. So they're looking for something, looking to make that space, get that blink in, as well as the Magnetize. They're going to look to go in on OP. OP is going to be silenced up by the Earth Spirit, and they are going to get that kill. They get the Electric Vortex in on him, and the damage as well. So they take down OP for 50 seconds. He does have buyback, but this is what Vici need. Just an opportunity to maybe force the buyback of IG. And head forward with the Metamorphosis of End. So Blink Dagger now out for Burning. Vici, they'll push forward. Take a look up top, however. Yang and Xuan are coming up. Looking to get Baboka. He's got the Glimmer Cape. There's the Void as well as the Crippling Fear. He's going to be slowed up. Crystal Nova comes out from Xuan. They're going to get the Frostbite as well as the ulti of the Freezing Field. And they'll get themselves a kill on Baboka. So just like that, 2 heroes dead on IG. So Vici are extending that lead, 21-7, 7,500 net worth. IG, they're doing all right at keeping themselves close. 7,500 net worth is not anything too big to really come back from. That's a team fighter too. Especially when you've pushed Vici back to their tier 3s in some cases. If they win a fight and force the buybacks, the game could be even just like that. But they're going to lose their top tower. So no more outer towers for IG, and now they got to think about when the next Roche is going to come through, and if they're going to go and try and oppose Vici for it. So there's the Stampede coming in with the Spider Fist as well as Searing Chains. Blinding Light's actually going to spread them out well enough where Vici might recover from this fight. They get the silence from the Crippling Fear out onto Burning. He's going to be the first one to fall. Now OP in a bit of trouble. This Magnetize takes down on him. They get a second in OP, and now they're looking for more. Vici, they've got Metamorphosis from End, and the Blinding Light, maybe not the best move, and actually with that, they're just going to call GG, and IG will lose game 1, and Vici, they take a 1-0 lead in this series. So, Vici, they take game 1 over IG. They're going to look to take this series 2-0. IG going to look to fight back and make it a 3-game set. And we'll have to see that through. Let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick, as it was 23-7, so not many kills for IG, excuse me with the hiccups. But a pretty well-rounded team by Vici and a solid draft overall. So we'll be back with Game 2 in just a moment. I'm your caster, BCop, at BCop92 on Twitter. I'm not going to forget net worth this time, and I'm going to know more. So stay tuned.